Have you asked yourself yet the question why 90% of traders fail? Maybe you're quietly becoming one of these 90%. Now, here's the thing. Most new traders fail to understand this one thing, and that is understanding what trading is all about. But in this video, I'm going to share with you what trading is really about and the 5 harsh truths that no one tells most new traders. Now, number 1 on this list is what's going to give you a good foundation as a beginner trader. So make sure you get to find out exactly what it is, because you do not want to start your trading on the wrong foot. And maybe in the comments at the end of this video, I would like you to tell us if you could go back to your first month of trading, which amongst these 5 harsh truths do you wish someone had told you? Now, of course, do not also forget to like the video and as well share it with someone, because you never know. This might be the video that actually changes everything, maybe for your friend or colleague out there. So let's get into this. Trading is not a get-rich-quick game. I'm sure you've been on social media, let's say on Instagram. They're showing the luxury trips. They're showing you stacks of money. I'm sure you've seen these things. But if you actually get into trading for these reasons, I'm sorry, it's going to be so hard for you. You need to understand that trading profits and income do not come as quick as the guys that actually show you on social media do it. They always tend to actually show you that, oh, if you invest here, or if you actually take this particular trade, the next day you're going to be driving this Lambo. This does not work this way. When it comes to real trading, it's all about compounding. You need to actually gradually grow your profits, because this is what real trading is. If you're to actually get into trading, you must be a patient person. You must have the consistency to do the small things. Keep doing the small things, like maybe developing good habits in the market. This is actually what's going to make you a profitable trader. You need to at least get 1% better each and every day. This could be in your risk management. This could be in you actually becoming better at your psychology, or maybe becoming better with your strategy. Improving your execution each and every single day. So it is through these simple habits that you're actually going to be able to make that big money that you actually want to make from the markets. So do not think it's going to be a get rich quick scheme where you just come, get the money, and then maybe go do other things. That's not what trading is. You need to know that you must be able to actually put in the hard work, and hard work takes consistency. It takes time. Do not think that you are putting in money today and tomorrow you are going to drive that Lambo. If that's the mindset you have, I'm sorry, this might not actually be for you. Your emotions will always beat logic. That is, if you don't actually control them. I'm sure you've been in a trade at some point, and maybe that fear of losing actually overcame you, or maybe you just decided to revenge trade after losing a trade. Now, if you do not overcome these things, trust me, you cannot become profitable. So this is one of those things that you must understand as a trader, especially if you're just starting out on your journey. You must understand that these things actually are real. These emotions actually do exist, and they prevent most traders actually from making money. I've seen so many traders actually having some of the best strategies out there, but because their psychology is not in the right place, they fail to make money. Because a person will be, let's say, in a particular trade, and the moment price actually starts going in their direction, they decide to actually get out of that trade and get out with a small profit. But then you cannot make money if you're only taking its small profits, because you cannot always leave money on the table and expect to actually make money from these markets. You must have a clear plan on exactly how you're going to be taking profits in the market, and maybe if price happens to go against you, you also must have a way you're actually going to exit the market. So all the good traders that actually win in this game, this is exactly how they play it. They always have a plan that if price actually goes in my favor, this is exactly how I'll be taking my profits. And if it goes against me, this is exactly how I'll be exiting the market. So this is something that you need to actually have in your trading regimen. If you do not have this, I'm sorry, it will take you much longer for you to actually become a profitable trader. I'll tell you that I've seen an example of two traders actually use the same exact strategy, but this one ends up making much more money than this other one, simply because the other one maybe chickened out and they just got out of the trade. So this is something that you actually need to work on as a trader, because if you don't fix your psychology, you cannot become a profitable trader. The other harsh truth that you must come to terms with is the fact that losing is part of the game. When you are a trader, you must understand that you must actually lose some trades, and as well you will win some trades. Even the best traders out there lose trades. No trader actually doesn't lose trades. Even the very best actually lose trades. But what separates the best from those that are actually always struggling is the fact that when it comes to the best traders, they manage their risk well. They do not go all in. It's not like they are at the casino table and they say, I'm trading all my chips on this particular trade. They don't do that. They always manage their risk. And this is actually what keeps them in the game much longer than these other traders that actually look to go all in on just that one trade. So you always need to manage your risk well. If you don't manage your risk, trust me, this is why you find yourself actually blowing accounts and doing all those crazy things. So start managing your risk well, and this is what's going to keep you in the game much longer. Understand that losing is part of the game. You must embrace your losses. The thing I always tell, especially the students I work with, is the fact that when it comes to these losses, they are going to come, but you need to actually lose honorably. How do you do this? Is by you actually losing when you followed your rules strictly. If you're one of those people that actually breaks your rules and then you go ahead, lose a trade, this is why you keep, in this cycle of always maybe finding the next best strategy. You're always in this loop of always finding the next strategy, and the strategy is not your problem. You need to understand that you are not managing your risk well. So work on this and you'll be amazed by how you're going to turn out as a trader. The other harsh truth that you need to come to terms with is the fact that you as a trader, you must be a consistent trader. If you do not have consistency in your trading, trust me, you cannot make money from the markets. I'll give you an example. When I was just starting out on my journey, I always wanted to be right. I always thought that if I actually executed just the way my strategy says, I'm going to be right on that trade. And that's never the case. I'm telling you, you cannot always win on that next trade. This is why most traders actually end up giving up, because maybe they've lost 5 trades in a row, and what ends up happening is that they give up. They say, oh, maybe this is not for me. But if you actually persist and persevere through that 5th trade and go to 10 trades, trust me, the next 5 trades might be all wins, depending on your strategy, or depending on your kind of win rate or edge that you have in the market. So do not give up as yet. Stay consistent in the market, and this is what's actually going to make you a profitable trader. If you stay consistent, you will get through those bad days or those bad times when it comes to your strategy, and you'll get to the very top. I'm telling you, if you stay consistent, you're going to finally see those results that you actually always wanted to achieve. So when I talk consistency, always use the same strategy. Don't go jumping around on this strategy, the other strategy. Use the same strategy. Then consistently journal your trades. Put down exactly the number of wins you're getting in the market. If you've taken a win, put it down. If you've taken a loss, put it down. If you're actually feeling a particular way during a trade, write it down, because it's through this data that you actually collect that you're able to actually going to come up with ideas on exactly how to do better maybe on your next trades. So do not overlook this consistency in doing these things. Always remain consistent, because it's the consistency that actually enables you become a profitable trader. Most traders fail because they never reflect. I've seen so many traders actually fall in this particular pit. They keep repeating the same mistakes today, tomorrow, the other day, simply because they never actually get to sit down and, reflect and say, why am I doing, or why am I constantly actually losing trades maybe on Mondays? They never actually get to look at this, because if you actually sat down and analyze your data, trust me, you will actually start to see different patterns show up on your maybe journal that you always keep. Remember, if you're not learning from your losses, then you're just gambling. I'm telling you, if you're not learning from your past data, you're only and only gambling. So do not be this type of trader. Always reflect, sit down. If it takes you meditation sessions, please go ahead and do that, because this is what's going to make you a much better trader. So always reflect on your past performances. If you start doing this consistently, you'll be amazed by how you're going to actually turn out as a trader. Now, of course, all these harsh truths that I've shared in this video will not matter if you don't know the habits that they successful traders actually use on a day-to-day basis. So I recommend you check out this next video that clearly shares with you the habits that the successful traders actually use to always consistently make money from these markets.